Guys, it's Mimi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a little girl chat. It's been a while. I hope you guys' Ramadan ended well. Today's mug is this one. It says, "Dear Mom, I get it now." And our drink is some healthy, nice water because your girl's trying to get her skin back on point, but that's a whole other story. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the dowry. And the reason why we're talking about this is because it's such a, I guess, controversial topic for whatever reason, but let's just get into it. Okay guys, so the dowry, it's a big deal. It is supposed to be, when you are Muslim and follow the rules of Islam, it is supposed to be a gift from the husband, the new husband, to the brand new wife. It is something that is like commanded by Allah for the man to give to the woman. If I can find any hadith or proof to put into this video, I will. If not, you guys look it up. You can definitely search that on your own, inshallah. Do your research. But it is a gift from the husband to the wife. And the reason it gets controversial is because sometimes culture gets into it. Sometimes the gift isn't given to the wife, it's given to the family. That's not supposed to happen. It's supposed to go straight to the wife. And other times the wife is, for whatever reason, giving a dowry to the husband and his family, which is not according to Islam. So yeah, just to clear that up, sis, you supposed to be getting your gift. Like, that gift is not supposed to go to your family. If you choose to share whatever gift you get with your family and it's completely up to you, that's one thing, but nobody should be trying to take your dowry. That is your gift, your God-given right. Okay, honey? Anyways, I don't know why I'm so like anyways, so yes, so the reason too why the dowry can be controversial is because of the simple fact that some people ask for extremely huge dowries, and it really ends up making it hard sometimes for men to get married, and even sometimes for women to get married. And it's just an overall pain in the butt sometimes because people make the religion difficult, they make marriage difficult, and they go out of their way to be extra. And so I wanted to talk about dowries and the prices and all of those things. I'm not exactly going to share my dowry amount, but for me, my dowry came in two parts, and one part of my dowry was my wedding ring, or I guess just this ring as a gift, and the other part was monetary. And I just thought I'd share that so you guys could get an idea of what my dowry was. When I was deciding my dowry, I did take into consideration my husband's financial situation at the time, and the fact that we were really young, and neither of us finished school or had like these crazy amazing jobs or anything like that. So I took into consideration my husband's financial status, and alhamdulillah, what we did was we talked about it. I chose at first what I wanted for a dowry, and we discussed it until we got to a reasonable amount for him to give to me, and what he could actually afford. He was straightforward with what he could afford, and I was straightforward about whether or not I would accept that or not. And to be honest, the amount I asked for, it didn't end up being that far from what I asked for, so alhamdulillah, that worked out. And we considered each other's perspectives and situations at that time, which was really good for us, I think. I did ask my husband a while after we were married. I was like, did I ask you for too much? And he was like, no, it was a good amount for him or whatever. Alhamdulillah, like, we worked that out. But I feel like you should always take into consideration the financial status of your potential husband when you decide what your dowry is. So Islamically, you are supposed to try your best to only ask for a reasonable amount. You're not supposed to be excessive in the dowry or the wedding. You're supposed to try to just not go crazy, pretty much. But I do think it's important that you think about your dowry, like I said, based on your potential husband's financial status. If you know your husband isn't going to have that much money, or he just does not have it like that, it would be really silly of you to ask for a freaking $10,000, and I know these dowries get crazy, but like, let's just say $10,000. It would be crazy for you to ask for your potential husband to give you $10,000 outright, and he's like, he doesn't have like a great job that pays him a lot of money. Like, that would be just really inconsiderate on your part. If you already knew that was his financial status and you determined that you were fine with that, that wouldn't be very bright. But yeah, if your husband is making a lot of money, and I'm not saying necessarily take advantage of it, but at the same time, he shouldn't be giving you a tiny dowry. I mean, unless that's just what you want. If he makes a lot of money, he should definitely give you according to his means, I personally feel like. Because listen, if my husband's making $250K a year, or my potential husband's making $250K a year, and I ask for $1,000 dowry, like, and he's just like, cool, $1,000. Like, honestly, if I asked for $1,000 and he makes $250K and he wasn't like, you sure you don't want more? Like, I'd be side-eyeing him just a little bit. But if he makes a lot of money, I'm not saying to break the man's pocket or his bank, but you should ask him according to his means, and obviously according to what you actually want. You don't have to be excessive or anything like that, but that's just my take on it. The point isn't to break your potential husband's bank or anything like that. At the same time, your potential husband should be prepared enough for marriage that he has money set aside for your dowry gift. So to me, that only makes sense. Like, boy, you need to be prepared, because having a whole wife comes with a lot. But anyways, so since we've talked about kind of asking for a lot of money and how you really shouldn't ask for what's beyond your husband's means, let's also talk about asking for pretty much nothing. I don't agree with asking for pretty much nothing either. If Allah has given you this right to receive this gift from your husband, you shouldn't be shy about it. And I know a lot of girls are shy about it. I was shy about it for a little while until I got my wits about me a little bit. But it is your right as a Muslim woman marrying a Muslim man. You are supposed to receive your gift, and Allah knows best what that gift should be. Allah gives us the right to choose what we want for a dowry. But I know a lot of sisters who will just be like, oh, you can just give me a Quran, or give me a set of hadith, or, you know, learn a surah. And I think that's beautiful, and that really shows like goodness in your heart. I think that it's fine to ask for those things, but you could get stuff like that after or as part of the dowry, not as the whole dowry. I think that you should ask for a decent gift. Not saying it has to be like super extraordinary, but something like, I don't know, I feel like this is making me sound bad, but I was at this class and the brother was literally saying how like women should ask for like actual substantial dowries. Like, a lot of women are so nice and so shy that they won't ask for a significant dowry, and it'll be things that they can just get, like, or their husband might already have after marriage, like a Quran to share with you and a hadith set. I mean, your dowry can be anything from you guys, your husband may be paying for classes for you to learn Quranic Arabic, or it could be something like that furthers your deen, like your dowry be you guys going somewhere to study together. Or, and I think this was debatable, but some people ask for their dowry to be going to Hajj, which is like, honestly, I didn't ask for that because that's like a lot of money. Like, it's a lot of money to go to Hajj these days. You know, I think you should put thought into your dowry, and I think you should also consider your potential husband's status, but you should also choose something that you're really actually content and happy with, because inshallah you only get married once, hopefully. You know, not all of us are in that situation. Some of us get married multiple times in our lifetime. Choose wisely with your dowry, guys. Like, I'm really not trying to make it sound like, you know, you have to ask for wads and wads of money. Like, you definitely don't, and that's not what I'm saying. But really choose a gift that you're content with. If you're sincerely content with just receiving a Quran, that's amazing, and I'm happy with you. But a lot of these sisters, they'll be like, oh, I'll take a Quran or a hadith set or something like that. Honestly, hadith set is kind of pricey, but if that's according to your husband's means and you're content with that, then heck yeah. But they'll ask for that and they're not actually content with it. Like, there's other things that they may have wanted but they held back from asking for. And I just think you should get what you actually want in your heart as your wedding gift. But again, I will keep reiterating it, go based off of your husband's means. And also, something that girls really don't think about when they get married, don't ask for anything more than what you can actually pay back in the situation that you may ask for a divorce or something like that, may Allah forbid. But you don't want to ask for so much to where if you get a divorce and your husband asks for, I think, part or all of the dowry back, I'm not sure exactly which one they're allowed to ask for, or if certain situations they're allowed to ask either one. But you don't want to put yourself in a situation where he asked for it, which is his right, and you can't give it back, you know. So I advise you guys to definitely study up on those things, the dowry and what happens with the dowry in a divorce situation and all of those things. Because if your husband gives you a $40,000 dowry and you have no job, you have nothing, and y'all don't work out, and he's like, maybe he's an a-hole and he's like, give me my money back, like, what are you gonna do, you know? Like, what kind of situation are you putting yourself in? So really consider all of these things when you're asking for your dowry. And my biggest tip, like I said, is just to make sure it's something you're actually content with. And a lot of us, we're like, we have heart eyes and we're just so in love, and we're just like, honestly, as long as I have you, I will be so happy, I will be content and all this stuff. And that's fine, but I personally believe in the dowry. And also, another tip, you guys, definitely put your dowry down in your marriage contract. And I know a lot of people don't actually draw up marriage contracts, and I'm sorry, it drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely nuts when sisters do not draw up a marriage contract, because I feel like a marriage contract is a protection that Allah gives us for our stipulations during a marriage. And you know, men too, but I feel like more so the women, because in a lot of situations we're more easily taken advantage of and cheated, I feel like, because Allah naturally makes us more loving and forgiving and nurturing a lot of time. I mean, you know, obviously there's some women who didn't get that. I think it's important to have a marriage contract and have your terms clearly stated and witnessed, and so that if there ever comes an issue, or may Allah forbid, one of you is saying something and you're remembering it differently as far as what you agreed on or what have you, you will always have that marriage contract with your terms that you can refer back to. This is what we promised when we got married. And it's just really important to me. Like, you just honestly, men and women, you have to look out, take into consideration who you are marrying, and really do your research. And you guys, top tips: get your dowry, do your marriage contract, and do a blood test before you get married. Those are three things that when it comes to marriage, I am a complete advocate for. Like, y'all better stop playing out here with your lives, okay? And I'm not saying that everything that happens with marriage that goes wrong can be prevented, but you want to do your best on your part to protect yourself and do right by yourself, and indirectly your spouse as well. So yeah, guys. Please take care of yourselves. Take your time. Like, don't let anyone pressure you into a crazy dowry or less of a dowry than you feel like you deserve or anything like that. And that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm happy to be back, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel.